Hey guys, Tamikaze back with more custom zombies, and today I'm playing an old school map called Hallways by Baseball Forever. Probably Baseball Forever, and then you just ran out of letters, whatever. But this is a cool map. And I don't know, if you guys have played it, I hope you think it's cool. It's a little bit simplistic in the idea behind it, and the layout is like can get really repetitive going through the hallways, as there are a lot of hallways on this map, hence the name Hallways. But the idea behind it, or like what you end up having to do to get to the end of the map, I feel like is a really cool idea. It's kind of like a challenge map, I guess you could say, where it gives you like a pretty specific objective to do, and just like how long does it take you, how many rounds is it going to take you, and it's I think is a pretty good challenge, because at least for players like me, it does require me to get certain weapons. So you open up this first door here, and you start out with 5,000 points, and then you choose like the different hallways. There's only 3 options, and at the end of the far left hallway, if you go all the way down to the end, is a viable PPSH on the wall, okay? And the far right door, if you go all the way down to the end of that hallway, is the Pack-a-Punch machine. So you have that option, and then straight ahead through the middle hallway is the power switch, and then a 25,000 point buyable ending. So I mean, if you've never played this, I kind of ruined it for you a bit. Maybe I should put like spoiler or something in the title of this. But I'm thinking, since this map's as old as it is, you guys have probably played it or whatnot. Or if you haven't, shame on you. Go play it right now. But so you want to get to the end, to the Bible ending, but that you're going to spend a ton of money, because every door you buy is going to be 2,000 points. I mean, that's like freaking killer points for a door, right? I mean, typically we get all hacked off if you have to buy more than one door that's like 2 Gs, but this, you're going to be buying like 50,000 doors that are like, 2 Gs, so it's pretty hilarious. Yeah, I remember when I first played, I thought, I was like, man, I'm getting trolled. There's gonna be no point to this map at all. And all I'm gonna be doing is buying doors. Whoa, oh, wow, good shooting there, Tex. but yes, so you the 25,000 point viable ending, right? Do you go straight for it down the middle, and just bank on the fact that your weapons that you buy in this room and out of the box are going to be good enough? Because you may not get the PPSH out of the box, you may not get the LMGs, or whatever weapons you can guarantee yourself that you can get. Is that going to be good enough to get all the way through all these doors and buy the viable ending? That's something you got to ask yourself. Or do you go for the PPSH? Go for the point builder, that the old standby, the one that you know is always going to be there for you. Do you go for that one? Or you try and just get a weapon and then Pack-a-Punch. Or do you do all 3? Do you get the PPSH, then go Pack-a-Punch it, and then go for the viable ending. But the zombies are going to be like pretty freaking hard pretty soon. So you don't necessarily want to spend any more points than you absolutely have to, if at all possible. So I just think that once you understand, what's the end of each hallway, that's when you start, playing that little mental game with yourself. Like, which path am I going to go down? What am I going to do? Which one do I do first? And you just have to ask yourself those questions, which I just think makes it really cool. And as you can see, or as you will see, every hallway looks exactly the same. But that's not the point. That's not what makes this so cool. We're not playing this because of like the epic, custom textures and features and all this stuff. We're playing it because this guy, Baseball Forever, came up with a pretty cool idea. And I think some zombies glitched here. Darn it, I gotta find this glitch zombie. Where'd you go? Oh, okay, I saw him. Alright. Small problem. Small problem. But yeah, so this is just a real cool idea, and I wish that this guy or somebody would remake this, or something very, very similar to it, a real cool challenge map, with just like maybe the UGX mod on, or something a little bit more modern, some modern weapons, you know, stuff like that. But so something you'll find out soon enough, or you know, whatever. I'll just tell you whatever. Screw that. Is the zombies only spawn in this room? Nowhere else. They only spawn in this room, which is an interesting idea. Usually that's just easy mode, but as soon as you leave this area, it's just hallways. There is no place to run circles, and there's no weapons on the walls at all. No viable ammo, nothing. So as soon as you leave this area, you have got to know for sure that your weapons are good enough to sustain you for the rest of the round, and that you're going to have enough ammo to do it. That's pretty cool. I mean, so at first glance, you just be like, stupid, easy mode, map. But no, that's what makes this a challenge map, is you really have to think about what the heck you're gonna do. Because one false move and you are screwed. Even if you can escape the zombies by running away from them, you can only do it so long and before your ammo's out, or you reach the end of how many doors your money can buy and you're screwed. And really, you could probably dodge 1 or 2 zombies through these hallways if you had to, but not many more, for sure. Okay? Not many more. So there I got the power switch. And switch allows me to buy my perks. Now, word of warning, this jug sucks. It's freaking terrible. It gives you like 1 extra hit, and that might be debatable, because a couple times when I played this, I got hit, twice, and then the red indicator was gone from my screen, and then I got hit like a couple seconds later, and I still died. So I wouldn't trust this jug. It might just be a jug that only allows you to get hit twice, and then it's done for the rest of the game. Then it's like you don't have it. So I wouldn't trust it, but you gotta get it because you need that, at least that 1 extra hit. It's just smart. And it's, whatever, 2,500 points. You're gonna be blowing tons of cash, so you may as well make that investment now. And then you wanna go for the speed cola, of course. So, I don't really get any of the other perks. I guess you could get double tap, but kind of like, what's the point? You'll have enough room to keep backing up to kill zombies, so it's not like I just gotta kill the zombies as fast as possible. It's not what you'll be up against. You'll have the room to run, so you can move. So let's see how many bases we've covered here. The 3 hallways that are freakishly long and cost a gajillion dollars to go down each. Every time I go to board this window up behind me, I accidentally buy the Bettys. So it's like I can't help it, but they come in handy too. It's like, it's just, pocket weapons, like why not have them, just in case you need them. And there are dogs, dog rounds, as you can see now, which you can kind of lean on those. You'll always get a max ammo, at the end of the dog rounds. So it will help you save money, especially when you get the good guns that you want to stick with for the rest of the game. Yeah. Definitely, dog rounds help big time. So, 3 hallways, the dog rounds, the zombies only spawning there. Now I start making my trek to the end, and you will see just how many doors that you've got to open. It's ridiculous how many doors there are. It's funny, really. And I just start putting these Bettys here, for my final trek to the end, when I really need some defense. And then you guys probably saw those weapons on the wall around the mystery box. And that's really cool though too, because you may not get any weapons in the hallway, oh crap, but you have some pretty decent weapons, there's the MP40, the STG and the Thompson are really the only ones that I've ever entertained getting. All the other ones are just waste some money. You can get the other weapons if you're just forcing around with some friends, just want to have some fun. you know, I think there's even the Panzer Shrek on the ground. That's kind of a joke, especially if you're playing in hallways. But it's funny, right? You know, it's something else to do. That's kind of why I wish that they would use somebody put the UGX mod on here. It's just how funny it would be to play some of these other game modes, especially the UGX mod version 1.1 and the new game modes and stuff that's going to be coming out. That I wish somebody would remake this, or Baseball for Ev would kind of remake this and put the UGX mod version 1.1. I think that'd be funny. Fun and funny. So yeah, the weapons on the ground there, so you can always come back and get it. I mean, I feel like, you know, like I said, why this map, while it may not look super good and stuff like that, and may be pretty simple in design and all that stuff, I feel like as far as the difficulty level of the map, and, you know, not putting too many doors behind a door, behind a door, behind a door type thing, I feel like he really calculated, and maybe I'm giving him too much credit, I don't know, but it really does feel like it's pretty well calculated, because if there are too many more doors in one direction or the other, it would kind of get stupid hard, but it's pretty well done, I have to say. And kind of got a little story I'll tell you, or should I save it for the next video, because it's going to be a two-part video. I'll go ahead and tell right now. Maybe I'll think of something else to say in the second part of this video. But so like I was playing this like a year and a half ago or something like that, and yeah, probably like a year ago, because I have a 3-year-old little boy right now, so he's probably 2 when this happened. But I was playing to the end, and I'd never beaten this before, and I mean, I'm like sweating, my palm was sweating, I'm just like, you know, freaking out, just trying to do the best I can, get to the end. And I'm on my way. I have my 25,000 points. I'm on my way, you know, by the ending of this. For the first time, I'm just like crying tears of joy. I'm so happy. I'm like, yes, I beat you. I beat you, Baseball Forever. I beat you, map. You know, I win this time. I was so happy. I was so happy. So I'm like, da-da, running, you know, doing my like victory dance, whatever, jumping around with my character, just shooting in random places as I'm running through this hallway. And as I'm about halfway down the hallway, my son walks in and just turns my computer off. I went ballistic. I won like the Father of the Year award at that point in time. Just for how like completely ape I went. It was insane. I think I like flipped my desk over, put my fist through my monitor, you know, screamed into some pillows, all just like, oh my gosh, I was so upset. I mean, it wasn't really his fault. He's 2 years old, you know, he's just doing what 2-year-olds do, but so, you know, whatever, not much you can do there. But just for how hard I had to work, and it was like the first time I'd gotten to that point, you know, I was just, oh man, I was just so upset. But it's funny to look back at that and remember that in retrospect. Oh, double points! Why can I not get you? So, but yeah, going through these hallways, guys, it gets dicey, because there's like not much length to these hallways before it turns, you know, another 90 degrees. So you're just running, you know, this is one of the longer hallway sections, you know. But so you start getting on the move, and the zombies are coming through there, and like so before you want to make sure that you get crawlers. You want to make sure you make crawlers. Because if the round ends and you're like miles down, you know, down the hallway, and the round's over, you kill the last zombie who's running at you, you're not gonna have enough time to get back, get more ammo, and, you know, kind of reset yourself. You're gonna be screwed. So that's another thing. That's another part of the strategy here, is you've got to make a crawler. And there's been times, I mean, when I don't make a crawler, and that's it. That is it. There is no second chances. You've got to be able to do it. So make your crawlers. Try and make them even early in a round. That's why you'll see me like chunk some grenades, and then just take off, because I don't want to like accidentally kill the crawler that I just make. So kind of put some distance between you and him. Yeah, but alright, so this one's about over. I'll just kill these dogs, and then at least, then I'll record, then I'll continue part 2 later on. But yes, I just wanted to bring you guys this. Yeah, it's an old map, but it's super fun, and I'll probably still play it more in the future, just once in a while I'll pull it out and play it some more, because I just love this challenge so much. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I will talk to you guys later.
Much appreciated!